She has diabetes too.
Well, that's why I ask you if she's still sick.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
So the answer is yes. And she is diabetes is that means she's always going to be, I mean, we ask Allah to give her cure, but most probably she's going to have diabetes all the time. Then we tell her if the fasting would harm, would endanger her life because of her sickness, because of her diabetes, then we tell her go ahead and feed for each day one miskeen. Jazakallahu khairah.
Okay. What did how much does she have to give?
Well, miskeen, feeding for each day one person, one meal a day for each day. Where do you live? You live in Canada?
Yes, in Hamilton, Ontario.
Let's say, how much does it cost you to eat an average lunch? Eight Canadian,
Meal.
a meal. 8 Canadian, what, 10 Canadian, how much?
I'm not sure.
Well, what do you mean? I mean, to go into a restaurant and eat, maybe how much? Like 8 Canadian, 10 Canadian? That's how much it is for each day.
So for 30 days? As much as the day she missed?
Yes, according to how many days she missed. But ideally, she needs to feed people who are masakeen. Where are you from originally? Somal?
No, we're from Kurdistan.
Kurdistan. Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know any poor people there and back home where you come from?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Send maybe some money, 300 Canadian or something for the 30 days. Is it through? 10. Send 300 Canadian to somebody there and have them buy food and give it to the masakeen. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Wa iyaakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Name, state and question, please.
Yeah, I have question. Like I'm living in New York. So does reward is halal? Because most of the stores and the bank, they give us the reward.
So that is what is halal now again. What is your question? What is halal? What is that?
No, that's the reward. Most of the store and bank give us the reward. So is it halal?
What reward? For purchasing and stuff?
Yeah.
Is it a credit card?
Yeah, credit card and like a store card.
Well, let's ask first. Are we talking about like these coupons and stuff like that, or can you just specify what are we talking about here?
What's the topic? Actually, I don't know. I have this question. That's why I think it's necessary to ask you.
Huh?
No, I don't know about your topics, but I need to answer this question. Can you tell me, is it halal? Because I received a reward from my bank.
Reward for doing what? What did you do for the bank to give you a reward?
I use my credit card and like if you use $5, they give us point. Then a specific point they give us the reward. Like all my transactions they give us $1 as a reward. So is it halal?
Well, it is haram to have a credit card to begin with.
Oh.
It is haram. So,
sir, in my credit card they don't take the interest. They don't have the interest. So,
well, let me just explain this to the viewers. I'm not talking about debit cards where you have cash. Where you
sir, like when I use my credit card, like every transaction.
I got you. I understand now. I understand you. But let me explain this to the viewers. When I say it is haram to have a credit card, I'm talking about the credit card which basically the contract, in case if you do not make the payment on time and you become delinquent, then you have to pay interest. It is haram to commit to such a deal. It is haram. Now, if you're using a debit card and somebody send you some gift, take it. There is no problem with that. This is permissible.
And how about the store card, sir?
Well, the
So
credit.
like Macy's store, department store, when I buy clothes, and then after 1 year they give us the reward.
Let me ask you this. Do you pay interest for your purchase?
No, they don't take the interest.
Like, let's say you go to one of these stores and you buy, let's say, a coat, and then you pay it.
Yeah.
You pay it in 3-4 months, right? Do you pay interest?
Yeah.
Do you pay interest? You have to pay interest for you to give to take that item and pay it in installment. Normally, they take interest from you. Are you sure?
But they tell us they don't take the interest.
Ya أختي, do you pay interest yourself? Do you give them interest for that card, for that item which you purchased?
No.
No, you don't? خلاص. Then
No,
it's...
I don't, because like I am a student and I have like a student credit card and like they didn't charge me for interest.
Can you listen?
Now
Can you hear me for a second? Brothers, sisters in Islam.
Sure.
One second.
Sure.
1 second. If you have a store credit card and you pay on time and there is no interest and you purchase something from them and then they decided to send you a gift, a reward, take it. It is permissible. But what I'm talking about, that somebody pays interest and then he receives bonuses. The whole thing is based on haram. Then we say it is not permissible for you to take this. Jazakallahu khairan.
Jazakallah.
Wa iyyakum. Okay, here is our last caller. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. My name is Iqtanel. I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, and your question tonight?
I just wanted to know your opinion about what you think about Muslim women in the martial arts.
Well, as long as number one, there is no bowing down at the very beginning like they do. You know that thing that they bow down. We shouldn't do that as Muslims. And as long as the environment, there is no men around and you're not exposed and you're not fighting men, then it's permissible. Absolutely. Sport is needed. I think we need stuff like that for our young girls.
Mm-hmm.
So it is permissible.
If they bow down to each other, when they give respect,
No,
they bow to each other at the same time. Is that okay?
No, it is not okay. I mean, no bowing down to anybody. Why would we have to bow down? I mean, we can do martial art without bowing down. I mean, right?
I mean, not to somebody, but at the same time, before they.
No, we shouldn't bow down to anybody. I know how it goes. That's why, you can't go around me. You really bow down to somebody in front of you, that a person against whom you're competing or something. So you shouldn't do that,
Okay.
I'll never forget this day when I had my daughter enrolled in one of these places. Then I went to the trainer, and I told him that, listen, we're Muslims and we do not bow down and stuff like that, and the guy was so understanding, and he said, fine, she doesn't have to do that. And, we don't have to take everything as Muslims, okay? There are a lot of things that we assume that we cannot do it without doing it this way. But if we actually go and talk about it and address the issues, we find ways out of it. Jazakallahu khairan.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Dear viewers, we want to say Jazakumullahu khaira. Inshallah, because of the volume of the calls that we receive, we're going to please announce when is our next show. So far, we're not sure, we're not certain. But for sure we're going to do it maybe around this time, maybe around 5 o'clock my time, maybe on Monday. I don't know, Islam, can we do a show on Monday? So what about this? Our next show, Monday, 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will post this, inshallah, in our Facebook. Please go and like that page, GuideUs TV. Let's talk about it. And you can always email us your question and we will answer you. Dear viewers, I want to say Jazakumullahu khairan for calling and taking the time. We love you all for the sake of Allah. Please keep us in your dua and we'll see you on Monday, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. right. I guess we have to rush to the masjid. Do you have the PowerPoint there somewhere? Or I have to take? Okay, excellent. Okay, I have to rush because it's in 5 minutes.